Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Good morning, everybody. Sure I have. Welcome to the fourth day. This will come into focus in a minute. Our fourth day of Align 5-day reset. Let me come a little bit closer. It seems to be out of focus. Hopefully it'll focus in a minute. Okay. If you have been wondering how you remember all these poses, I've been putting in the Facebook group a link that has a pictorial, like it's kind of like this, but it's online and it has more in it, and I'm going to be adding to it. So keep that for yourself. And then if you tag me in your social media, Jen Kagan Yoga for Instagram or Jen Kagan for Facebook, I will send you one of these laminated trifold, super wonderful, follow along. And a lot of what I'm teaching you this week is in here. I'll add a couple things that I'm just noticing now that I haven't had. This also has a instructional video, which you're welcome to also get. And I can send you the link to that. But I'm going to send this to you in the mail if you tag me in social media. And yeah, all right. So we're going to get started here. So if you have, let's get started actually today. I want to teach you a lot of you come and say, I just don't know how to relax. And so the first day we did, we started with breath. And then the second day we did the extended breath. And yesterday both days, I believe, we pose and connected the breath with the legs up on the chair. Today, I want to do something that, sometimes we don't have the ability to lay down on the floor and put our legs up on the chair. But we do have the ability to bring our fingertips together. So during the last few sessions, I talked about the doshas or the elements. So it is said that the elements also reside, or each representing a finger. So when we bring our fingertips together in this shape, so I'm going to show you from all angles, that you bring your right and your left side together, that this also can ground down, can balance your energies. And I would bring the fingertips together right now. You can close your eyes. You can do this seated or standing. And feel each finger touching the other finger. Feel the pressure to the right, to the left, and left to the right. You can feel the temperature of the fingers. Maybe one's pressing more than the other. Breathe into your fingertips. And then release your hands down and open your eyes. Observe how you feel after just that little check-in. The next thing I want to teach you is often in our work, we take on a lot of other folks' energy. We are in other people's energy fields. And so many of you know that the body has, an energy field around it. So if you literally just do this energy massage to yourself, just releasing. If you remember, we did the swinging from side to side. It's similar, but you're imagining or cleaning off, just releasing all that energy. You can go down your legs. It's easier to do this seated, and you can release. And it feels a little funny to do, but and for some of you might not feel it's funny at all, but especially your arms, especially your head and brain and just release, literally feel like you're taking off what's not yours and letting it go. So do that. I want you to do that until you feel complete, and then feels fresher. One thing that we don't do as interpreters is do these seemingly, they may seem, let me put it this way, they may seem not that important to do or silly or uncomfortable, but really being able to ground back into yourself, to come back. You could even just sign that and stay here, stay here with this sense of connecting back to your own home is going to help you feel much more balanced and much more grounded. If you haven't, has it gone the last 3 days? Have you been able to integrate a little bit of sleeping? Yesterday I spoke about the warm oil self-massage. If you did that, how'd that go? Tell me in the comments or in the Facebook group. It's incredible, and I want you to try it. And then during your day, have you been able to practice any of the asanas? They're called asanas, the postures that you've learned. Even if you've remembered, oh, my shoulders, my neck is hurting. Okay, I'm going to do this. I remember that. Even if you're starting to remember that, that's a huge win. We as interpreters need to really take control of our own wellness, and it may not seem that big of a deal if you're doing these little, let's say, asanas or stretches in between. I have a lot of students, when we do our weekly check-in with my private students, I'll ask them, how'd it go this week? Oh, I wasn't able to do anything. I didn't practice. And then I keep asking a couple questions, and I realize, oh, but while they were working, they remembered to do this pose, Badangulyasana, or to take their hands to the wall, Ardha Uttanasana. And I'm like, why are we not counting that? That is humongous, that you are starting to recognize when you need something and having a tool, having something to do to relieve that stress and pain. So that is huge. And that's what this 5-day event is. It's not about making massive changes, but little changes that are going to last over a long period of time. That's what we're looking for. All right. So just to review, we've talked a lot about creating a sleep ritual so that you can get to sleep, because this is an issue for a lot of us. We've talked about adjusting the sleep times. So you're going to sleep 10:30 and you're waking up depending on when your sun rises, but early hours, 6:30, 7:30. We've talked about establishing more of a routine with your eating. So you have morning, midday being your heavier meal, and your dinner being lighter and ending at 7, followed by a downtime where you can be doing things that you enjoy doing, connecting with family and friends or hobbies, and then a slow evening ritual to sleep. Now, I know that's not going to be possible every night, especially for some of you that work late, up until late in the evening. But here's the thing. If you start to align yourself with those natural rhythms, you'll start to recognize the things that you're doing or not doing that are creating imbalance. And so if you're working late, one, you might realize that this is maybe not healthy for you. It may not feel like something you can change, but then you can start to integrate what are you doing after work to sort of to come down and to prepare yourself to sleep, even if it's a short time. Or what are you doing during those hours that you're working late? What are your eating habits like? So start to become aware of that. And as you start to align yourself to your own constitution and to as best you can, to the rhythms of the day around you, you'll start to feel like where you'll start to feel much better. And when you feel better, that's where we want to go, right? A lot of times we're in habits that just make us feel pretty crappy, but we're not aware of it. And then so we do other not very helpful habits to make us feel better. So this is about awareness, exploration, and experimentation. All right. So now I'm going to teach you quite a bit today in the yoga. So get your space ready. And you're going to have your yoga belt. If you have not been able to catch day 1 and 2 and 3, it's okay. You can always go back and catch it up. I'm going to go a little bit quickly through the poses that I've already taught. So the beginning of this will be a little like a guided class. So you might feel like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Go back to the previous days so you can learn the pose, so you're not trying to do and learn at the same time. This is something that I want to point out that's very different about the way that I've been taught to teach yoga. And sometimes we lose that. We think of it as like a regular exercise class where you're doing and following and at the same time. So there is a time to learn, there's a time to do, there's a time to relearn and do. And so doing and learning at the same time can be very confusing because you're not fully present in your body. You're sort of watching and trying to do at the same time. So we want to avoid that. So separate your feet hip width apart, feel your heels, grip onto lift your kneecaps, and let's do our shoulder circles with the belt. And if you don't have a belt, of course, you can use a dog leash. You can use a scarf. Straighten your elbows. And now gripping your hands can be problematic for some of us. I like to spread my fingers and hold on with my thumb. So I reach the fingers back behind me and in front of me. So I'm extending my entire arm, lifting the belt up. We're just going to do a few of these and then release the belt down. Then, next thing, I haven't taught this yet actually, you're going to interlace your fingers behind your back. And if your elbows are stuck here, you can't straighten the elbows, no problem. You just take your belt, you give yourself some more space, and you're going to extend your arms out like so. So whether you have your fingers interlaced or whether you're holding the strap, you're extending your elbows, lifting your sternum up, and you're taking your hands away from your back, but rolling the shoulders back. And now you're going to release your fingers, but keep your hands close to each other. Keep your arms close to each other. Try to bring your upper arms, your elbows, your wrists, and your palms closer to each other. So you're squeezing your arms together and then release. Change the interlock of your fingers. So that means go to the way you would normally do, and then put the other index finger on top. Extend those arms down. Roll the shoulders back. And then release your fingers and squeeze the arms. So you have contraction here. Shoulder blades down and squeeze the arms together. And then release. And you swing your arms from side to side. Release that pressure. Release the tension. Side to side. Good. Now we're going to do Gomukhasana. I'll show it this way. I was going to teach a different way, but go ahead and take if you have a belt, you're going to take it on your right shoulder, and then internally rotate your right arm, take it up and hold on to the belt. So you grabbed your belt here, and then lift your left arm up, bend your elbow, and walk your hands close to each other, as close as they come. Maybe they're down here, and then pull the belt so that elbows separate from one another. Breathe. Keep lifting the top elbow up, extend the bottom elbow down. Release that. Place the belt on the other side, and then you'll take your left arm underneath and right arm on top. It's important to put the belt there and then bend your hands, bend your arms, bend your elbows to reach the belt, rather than trying to hold the belt while you simultaneously bend your arms. There's a difference. Spread your elbows away from one another. This is a very intense pose, and some of you might find this bottom hand really hard. Just take your hand lower and pull down. Start to get some openness to the front of the shoulder, and then release. And then you're going to swing your arms from side to side. Do. All right, we're going to take the hands to the wall now, as we did yesterday, and walk your feet back. This is called half intense stretch, or Ardha Uttanasana. Ut is intense, Uttan is stretch. And you stretch your elbows, press your hips back, and feel your upper back move down and your spine become long. Breathe. And then walk your feet forward. Now, when you're practicing, you maybe want to repeat that a couple times, but today we're going to go straight to our one leg forward, one leg back, so an arm's distance away from the wall. This is called side intense stretch, Parsva Uttanasana. So push the wall, and now push stronger with your right hand and push your right hip back. So you'll feel the back of your right leg. Straighten your knees. If your knees aren't straight, elevate your hands. And then bring your leg forward, and we'll change. Nice long distance between your legs. And pull your kneecaps up like you're pulling stockings up. And press your left hip back. So at the side of your torso, your trunk, your parsva, gets longer. And then walk your front foot forward. Now, release your hands. You're looking at the wall. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice how you're feeling. So today, now I'm going to teach something different today, and we're going to use the wall, or you might be using a chair. You need to, depending on your floor, I have a very hard floor, so I'm going to bring a blanket down. We're going to work on this front of the thigh because we're sitting a lot of the time. And so there's a muscle that goes from psoas muscle from the back, crosses through the hips, and we sort of get into like this, we're constantly in this flexed position. So this pose, I'll show it on the wall first. The distance of your blanket to the wall will depend on your body. So I put my toes at the wall, and my other leg is going to come into 90. Now, if I feel like I'm stuck here and I can't bring this back of my pelvis forward, I move the knee further away from the wall, because you want to bring lift the front of your pelvis up, descend your tailbone down. I'm moving my back to the wall, but my buttocks forward. And if that is just too much on your toes, you can do this. Oh, I'm going to do it right here. It's very easy. You have a chair or a couch, and you can put your foot up like so. My floor is really hard. And then you're here. And you can bring your knee further away from the wall as much as you need to bring your pelvis closer. Okay. All right, so we're going to be here. Whatever leg is up on the wall, just know if it's your right or your left, we're going to change it. And you're going to move your pelvis forward. You can shift your weight back, so you're bringing your hips back towards the wall, your buttocks back, but your tailbone in, your sacrum in, your back of your pelvis forward. So here we are, back, and move it forward. You can lift your arms up to lift the sides of your torso up. And now, lift up, bring your hands to the floor, and you might have to adjust your foot that's on the floor. But now you're going to bring the leg that's on the wall, that pelvis, that front of your thigh, to the floor, bringing that buttock. So it's my right leg. So I'm just going to say right buttock in, bringing the right front of your thigh to the floor. So you get a big extension on the front of your hip. And then change. So bring that knee down, bring the other leg up on the wall, and hum up. So you want to shift some of you can shift your back to the wall, but your buttock, particularly the buttock of the bent leg, forward. Even though you're moving your pelvis back, bringing the flesh of the buttock forward, your tailbone forward. You'll feel a big stretch, mostly probably on the quadricep, the front of the thigh. You can hold the wall. You can place two very tall chairs by you if you need. And of course, you can move your knee further away from the wall or put your foot on a chair or a couch. And then you're going to come forward. You might have to adjust your foot that's on the floor and bring your thigh down. Try to get it to the floor as much as you can. Compress your toes that are on the wall a little bit to bring your thigh down. And then you're going to come, walk your feet forward and sit on your heels. So you can repeat that a couple times. And if you aren't able to sit on your heels, you can sit on the floor and just know that this is something you want to work towards. All right, now shift your weight, your legs to the side and come sit up on your blanket. And your legs can be hip width apart and press your legs down into the floor. So I sat up a little bit on a pillow or blanket because it helps me lift the spine up. Fingertips down. Now, for us, there's a lot of congestion in our neck and our shoulders. So I'm sitting up a little bit higher, which means my palms of my hands can't really reach the floor. Now, that might not be the case for you, and you want to sit up a little bit higher. Because with your hands at your hips, you're going to reach your hands down, not moving, not bending or flexing your spine, but sit up tall and roll your shoulders back. It's like what we did, interlacing your fingers behind your back, and extend the heel of your hand down so that you feel the shoulders roll back and the arms become long. Hands are not behind me, but they're at my hips, so I'm struggling. I have to work hard to bring my hands down, but as a result, my arms are getting longer. It's a lot of work. And then swing your hands up to lift your side of your torso up. Keep your torso long, take your arms down, reach to the floor. Not with your fingers, but with your palm. Inhale, arms up, and then reach again. Reach your palms to the floor, heel of your hand to the floor, and then cross your legs. Feel that tallness now that's come to your torso and turn towards your right. Walk your right hand further towards your left buttock to turn even more. Come back to center. Change to your other side. Walk your back hand further away to turn. And look over your back shoulder. Come back to center. Lean back, change the cross of your legs. Turn towards your right. Inhale, lift up, exhale, turn. Can you coordinate your breath with your movement? Your left hand's pushing against your leg to turn, and your back hand is pressing to lift. So inhale, lift, exhale, turn. Come back to center. Turn to your other side. Remember, yesterday I gave you the option to do this in a chair. Twisting is really, really great, but careful that you're not leaning back or pushing forward, but lifting up and turning your waist, turning your chest, turning your rib cage, then your chest, and look over your back shoulder. Push with your right hand, press with your left, and lift and turn. Come back to center. Take a pause, breathe, inhale, exhale. Notice how much taller you're sitting, or how much broader your chest feels. And now we're going to do Chatushpadasana. We did this yesterday, or last session, I should say. And I'm going to use my belt today. Yesterday I taught you how to interlace your fingers. So I'll show this once. If you haven't done it yet, watch. My feet are hip width apart. I'm holding the belt around my ankles. And I lift up, walk the arms underneath me, and lift up even higher. And you're going to hold really close to your feet so your arms are straight. And we're going to do this 3 times. So this is really great for those who may have struggled to interlace your fingers. But you can still interlace your fingers. Okay, so hips up, walk your arms closer to one another. Now push your heels in the floor and lift your pelvis up. Press your arms down and lift your back up. Exhale, come down. We're going to do one more. So you could keep the belt or you can interlace your fingers. Walk your hands underneath you. Go way up on your hips. And press the arms down and shift your weight. So push the feet into the floor to open up your chest more, to move your chest towards your face, to lift up your back. So lots of work in the upper back. And then exhale, come down. Release your hands. Take your arms to the side. Just let your back release downward. And relax. And the last, we're going to do a little bit of a different pose today. So you're going to bring your feet together, soles of your feet together, the knees out to the side. And this will be this is called Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose. And for some of you, you might have discovered that there's quite a bit of tension in your inner groins, your inner legs. So release and let that go. For some of you, that you don't feel that. Others, this is a nice release to the back. We'll just take a few more seconds here. See if you can bear that. For those of you with tight inner groins, this is a good one to do regular basis to release that tension. And then hold the outer edges of your legs, bring them together, and place your feet on the floor. And now, as we've done the last few times, you're going to bring your legs up on the chair or legs up on the couch. And this is the pose I gave you for experiment and homework. So if you've been doing this for like 2 minutes, you can start to add some time to it. And we're going to stay here for 2 minutes today. I got my timer on. So take the hands to the top of your buttocks, right at the waist. Lift your hips and slide that skin and muscle away from your waist. And then tuck your shoulders blades, so the right one's underneath your right lung and the left one under your left lung. And if your head is thrown back, if you're looking at the wall behind you, you can, one, adjust your head by lifting your head and lengthening the back of the head away from your neck, or put a pillow under your head. But don't lay there with your chin higher than your forehead. Take a smooth, steady inhalation and a smooth, steady, soft exhalation. Inhale and exhale. Just let your breath be easy. It might be ragged or uneven at first, and just mindfully inhale and exhale, letting the breath soften and even out. Can you imagine you had weight on your shoulder, from your arms to your palms to your fingers? Imagine that weight increasingly getting heavier, releasing the bones, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments of your arms from the top of your shoulders to the tips of your fingers down into the floor. Smooth, steady inhalation, soft and steady, and a smooth, slow, steady, soft exhalation. Completely let go. Now take a nice full inhalation and a smooth, steady exhalation, slowly starting to wiggle your fingers and toes. If you want to stay longer, you're at home, you can. But when you're ready, roll over to your right side and press yourself up, your head coming up last. And take a moment. If you're staying, just stay there. So if you're watching this in the live event, we have quite a few days between now and our next session. So practice today's, you can see how a very short session has a profound impact done over time. So find 10 minutes, even during this busy season, find 10 minutes to practice what you've learned. Use the video, use the link with the images on it, use your memory, use your notes. Do 2 to 3 to 5 poses for 10 minutes every day. And don't forget to let us know what that experience is for you. In the Facebook group, you can even share your challenges because we all have challenges. It's not about being perfect. It's about just trying, doing your best, but doing. Sometimes when we say, I'll try, it actually means I'm not going to do it. That's what we're telling our brain. So 10 minutes every day. And I'll see you in the next session, which is in a couple days, I think it's another 5 days, if I've done the math correctly. And we're going to take that session we'll see about where we're at. We'll maybe learn a little bit more, but most importantly is we're going to create a plan for you going forward. All right, so that ends today's session. And I look forward to your comments and to your aha moments and sharing your struggles, and have a wonderful next couple days.